What is attitude? Attitude is a dispositional image that a person have towards another person or towards an object. So attitude is nothing but how we perceive the things, right? Or how we perceive an event, how we perceive a circumstance, or how we perceive other persons. This is called attitude. Basically, you might have read that definitions. That is completely fine. Remember one definition. Attitude can be positive, attitude can be negative. For example, for positive attitude, you can give some examples like optimism, right? Next, confidence is a positive attitude, right? Team culture, teamwork is a positive attitude. Whereas attitudes can be negative. What are the examples of negative attitude? Pessimism. ఏమవుతుందో ఏమో ఏమవుతుందో ఏమో. That is the thing. The second thing is lack of confidence is a negative thing, right? Showing dominance or showing uh, no mutual respect, that is negative attitude, right? Short temper is a negative attitude. Not able to control your emotions, negative attitude. So these things, content, structure. So this is content. Now, what is attitude? I said, what is the content of attitude? Attitude has three components. What are the three components of attitude? The three components of attitude is cognitive, affective, behavior, CAB model. You might have studied this. What is cognitive? Which is thought. Thought is called cognitive. Whatever is processing in your brain, that is called cognitive. Whatever you think, you reflect, that is called cognitive. So the first component of attitude is thoughts. The second one is the moment your thoughts are forming, you will have the next one, affinity or affective. Cognitive, affective. First thing is you will develop the thoughts, then affective means how your body is internally getting affected because of that thoughts, right? That is called affective. Behavior means outside experience. Now, cognitive means it is thought, affective means how your emotions are building up. After building up our emotions, we will react to that situation. That reaction is called behavior. Take for example, you have seen a scorpion or a snake. The first thought that it will come to us is snake is very dangerous or scorpion is very dangerous. That is the thought. So what will be your emotions the moment you see something very dangerous? The emotion is we'll get afraid, right? That is the emotions, right? We will get frightened. That is the emotional behavior. So emotions. So affective component is our brain is getting affected or other organs of the body are affected through that emotion. Now what will be your behavior? Running from the scenario where you find the scorpion. That is the thing, the behavior. Or what we will do? We will kill that. That is called behavior, right? So cognitive, affective, and behavior. So what is your attitude here? Attitude is whenever you see snakes, your attitude is you will run away. Whenever you see snakes, you are going to kill it. So this is how it is going to form attitudes. Now, if you are killing this, you are going to destroy the what do you call it as uh, biodiversity. See, in order to save diversity, you should know. First thing is our thoughts has to be highest. Okay, snake is an animal. Unless I don't harm it, it won't harm me. So this is the thing that you should have. That is the thought. If you have that thought, what you develop, you don't be that much afraid. Rather, if you consider that every organism has a say in its living, so I should not harm it. Rather, I should protect it. So what will be your emotions? You'll have a soft corner on the snake and you'll try to leave it and you'll do at your work. Or you will say that you'll call to some forest department officials to come and take that snake. That is what we do. So what I mean to say is attitude plays a very crucial role with this form. So what does it mean? Thoughts are playing its crucial role in its behavior. So the behavioral component is reflected by thoughts. So attitude is going to influenced by thoughts and your behavior. So these are very, very important. So what is the structure? Structure is almost the same thing. It is in this model. First structure is this flow: cognitive, affective, and behavior. Content is same. Structure is these three. And what is the function? Functions of attitude. Attitude plays a very crucial role to build the personality. Right? It has object appraisal function. Object appraisal function. Ego defensive function. Next one is utilitarian function. self appraisal function, value expression function, these things, right? Hello. We have these things. So you might have studied this, write the same functions, no need to go in depth. But anyhow, you have to give examples. Without examples, it is not going to substantiate. So how thoughts and behavior are felt, whatever our thoughts and are there, that determines our effectiveness. Whatever other effectiveness is there, that reflects our behavior. So thoughts reflect our behavior in majority of the times. Whatever you think, behavior is going to be that way. At times, behavior may not be with the thoughts. Behavior will be guided by some other factors. For example, my thought is that my boss is a very stupid fellow, right? Just like Pawan, he has faced yesterday some problem, right? Now, what is his behavior? He is getting influenced by the thoughts. His thought is that my boss is mistreating me. Hence, how I have behaving, I am not able to control my effectiveness, that is my emotions. As a result, my behavior is changing towards my wife. But what you have to understand is, if you are emotionally intelligent, you should know that your thoughts are guiding you or misguiding you. So I have to control my thoughts and I have to guide. At times, even if your thoughts are negative, we will behave in a positive way, in a socially accepted way. Say, for example, you don't like your faculty, any faculty, right? Teacher. Now, you are very angry at them, but we don't behave very rash to them. Why? Because of some superiority, or because of some fear, or because of some decorum, we maintain our standards. Though I don't like my boss, I will be strictly in my behavioral mode. Why we follow this behavioral mode is, we look at the consequences. What happens if I speak? Hence, we don't speak normally, right? Thoughts can be, behavior cannot, it is not always true that behavior will be always based on your thoughts. No, behavior can be regulated if you are able to regulate the negativity of the thoughts, right? So behavior can be modeled. So in the yesterday's case, whenever you are telling about power, there is no need. So emotional intelligence, how to build emotional intelligence? First, you have to think what is going on, and make sure that this is not going to get reflected. The moment you are reflecting it in your behavior, you do not have emotional intelligence. Rather, think what is going on and then reflect it on the output in the most appropriate way, which can be beneficial for all. So that is how it is important. Moral attitude means how your perception towards moral values, morals and ethics. What is the difference between morals and ethics? Ethics is to the society or to the community, morals is to the individual. When you are in school days, you should have studied moral studies, right? What is that? Moral studies. Moral studies means studies relating to individual morals. So that is speaking about individual. When it comes to the community, you call it as ethics. That is the only difference. So how individuals perceive morals in their life, that is known as moral attitude. Today, moral attitudes of the people are declining because of various factors. That may be because of the changing socio-economic factors, materialistic nature, right? Consumption patterns are increasing, right? Everyone is busy in their work, so moral attitudes are declining, and the parents are very busy. Institutions, or the knowledge that we are getting, doesn't have substance. So all the things you can write. That is why these are the things which are influencing the moral attitude of an individual. When you look at the political attitude, what is political attitude? How we are perceiving politics? What do we mean by politics? Politics is a political system. How we perceive the government, how we perceive the civil society, how we perceive the legislation, executive, judiciary, other things. All these are political attitudes. Not, don't just confine it to politics. So apart from politics, you have a host of issues like government, political party system, NGOs. These all the things are political attitudes. How people are having, either they will be having optimistic attitude on the political side, or pessimistic attitude on the political side, or they will be having no say on the politics. They will be very neutral. So how all these are shaping? These are all shaping from the thoughts and behavior. You have to link it that. So what is social influence and persuasion? What is influence and persuasion? Right, simple thing. Influence is getting following another person without any thought, right? Influence is making others to follow your path without uh, appealing to their rationality. Influence doesn't speak about your rationality. Persuasion is ensuring that the other person is listening to us through pursuing techniques. Pursuing means you are asking for their reason. Take for example, what is influence and what is persuasion? Rajnikant comes and says one thing, that is, uh, he says one dialogue: you have to work hard. Whatever you work hard, that is going to sustain for long, right? కష్టపడకుండా ఏది రాదు, కష్టపడకుండా వచ్చినది ఎన్నిటికీ నిలవదు అనేసి. Now, the fans of Rajnikant, those who understand this, right? If we don't work hard, we don't get anything. If you do understand that, then these fans, what they do, they will start working hard. Why they started working hard? Not because Rajnikant is working hard. Rajnikant has said something which is sensible and which is appearing to be correct. So what Rajnikant did here is he has made the intellect of the human beings, that is the rationality of the human beings, to think, and then they started acting. So persuasion is making the people to understand what is important and then doing the work. Take for an example on the side influence, right? Influence is, say for example, in Shivaji movie, Rajnikant will be using some facial creams and his followers will be using facial creams, thinking that they become white just like Rajnikant has become in the film. But that is not possible. Why? Here he is not appealing to the rationality. So how far you are using your brain? Just because he is my hero and he is using it, I have to use it. That is called influence. So persuasion and social influence plays a very, very crucial role in molding the characters of individuals. Take for example, during COVID-19, Government of India requested all the citizens to go and get vaccination. Now, some people were persuaded to go it, or majority of the people went and we had this vaccination. Why we had this vaccination? The reason is we understood that if I don't take vaccine, it is going to hit my health, or COVID is going to attack us, coronavirus is going to attack us. That rationality has made us to go and develop this vaccination. So persuasion is that tool which was used here, because you used your thoughts and then vaccination was got it. But on the other side, there will be some people, by looking at the so-called Narendra Modi, say what Narendra Modi said: you clap heavy, you clap, you come out and clap in the evening. So this is what he said. Everyone started clapping without thinking whether that is going to have something on the coronavirus or not. Or say for example, Narendra Modi himself has got the shot of vaccine and now this has shown the message to the world that okay, this man is using it, why can't I use it? So this is called influence. Influence means you are not using your rationality, just your people are doing it, you will be doing it. Social influence is going to play a very crucial role in building up the ethics of an individual. Say for example, when you are surrounded by a team, a peer group, which is having a negative behavior like consuming alcohol, wasting time. So obviously we will be influenced by that team and we will be going into that. But if you are in a good team, we will influenced by that. So influence here is without thinking what they are doing, we will be doing it. That is called influence. Persuasion on the other side plays a very perfect role in the classrooms. Why teachers are able to change the minds of the people? Because they pursue the students, they kindle the rationality of the students, and then they will be able to pursue. These two are very important tools for an officer. You should be able to influence at times, you should be able to pursue at times. So by looking at the group, you have to pursue. Say for example, your group is well educated, they are having the knowledge to understand what you are saying, then pursue them with the reason. Otherwise your reason doesn't work, they try to influence them through some coercion or through some soft diplomacy. That is the thing. So this is the difference between social influence and persuasion. So these are the things that you have. The rest of the things tomorrow I'll cover, and I'll complete this tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But more or less, when you write these questions, you have to write in this direction. So what do you, I hope you have already read this, but this is the quick revision that I wanted to show you what are the contents that you have. Now let me go to the case studies. So what is this, guys? This is the thing. What tomorrow I am going to add. I am going to bring the questions in this direction, and I am going to show you how the questions are being asked and how you can address the theory questions in essay ethics. Right. So let me go to the case studies quickly. Those who have written this. With greater power comes greater responsibility. This is philosophical essay that they have written. Power, authority, responsibility means accountability, work, liabilities, leadership, efforts. Okay, some more things you can write. So at the individual level, power means soft power, types of power also you can think. Hard power, power is authority, power is also known as responsibility, right? Now at the individual level, prime minister versus chief minister. So they have given examples. Family, patriarchal system, men versus women. Society, Jilla Panchayat, Taluk, state, CM versus MLA, PM versus MP, repetitive. Again, you have written this. High Court versus district courts. So, greater power comes greater responsibility. President versus governor, election commission versus state commission. Okay. Multilateral institutions, IMF, World Bank, regional institutions, economic parent company, subsidiary company, Alphabet, Google. Greater power, greater responsibility. However, no is 30%, greater power, lesser responsibility. Because, say for example, double with greater power they have taken responsibility, so they are telling after britishers have taken greater responsibility, greater power they have, after battle of plassey they started not taking responsibility of the country. Okay. Unethical means higher authoritatives enjoying higher power passes responsibility to lower officers. This is also a correct thing. Lesser power, greater responsibility, right? Election commission, though it has less powers, they are going to have greater responsibility. Absolutely, these are all very good examples. So what they are saying, election commission, lesser power also has greater responsibility, good example. So RBI has lesser responsibility but still they are able to control it. Dedicated employees, lesser power than manager but takes responsibility. Lending, so these are the things that he has written, completely good. Yeah. So the way in which he thought is, he has written this and he has divided this into three things: greater responsibility, greater power, greater responsibility. Yes, this is true. Greater power will not be reflected with greater responsibility. He has given examples. Lesser power also leads to greater responsibility. It is also he has written. Absolutely fine. All the things are correct. Way of thinking is good. Next thing is, lending hands to someone is better than giving a dole. Now the thing is, you have not written the keywords. So follow the system that I said. I asked you to write the keywords, right? Now, individual. Lending hands to someone is better than giving a dole. So what do you mean by dole? What is you mean by lending hand? That you have to write. Instead of making hoarding property for children, make children themselves property through education. So you are giving examples. Lending hands, giving them a dole. What is dole, guys? Dole means giving some comment or doing nothing or sitting silently and blaming someone, right? These are the things. Lending hand means help, right? This is the thing. Next, at the national level, education, training, health, capability approach versus freebies. Okay, freebies he has compared with the dole, and this is lending hands. Very good. Loans versus grants. Again, more or less, absolutely fine. So, Government of India in the latest budget has given loans, long-term loans, rather than giving the grants. Absolutely, that is completely fine. This is helping hand rather than giving a dole. Next, FDI versus FPI, lending hands, guiding taker higher responsibility, dole, just giving required things and to alleviate the problems temporarily. Okay, so what he means to say is this: economy, FDI versus FPI, only money. So he has compared this with a dole, helping hand, but not perfectly suitable here. Don't go into that depth because both of them has their own advantages. FPI have disadvantages. Political, just giving reservations is a dole, whereas making them ready for future is giving the rights, right? Next, education. Theory based education versus practical. Curative versus preventive health. Absolutely. So the examples that he is showing. Yeah, good. Very good. So you are able to construct the body. I am going to get it. But still have clarity about what exactly is dole. Try to write the definition, synonyms of dole. You have written that in individual context, that's completely fine, but absolutely good. What I ask you is, today you do what is the exercise? uh, do again this for 2 more or 3 more essays. From day of tomorrow you can write the full body. That is the thing. Good. Next, let's look at the case study that this person has written. You have done MBA from a reputed institution 3 years back but could not get campus placement due to COVID-19 generated recession. However, after a lot of persuasion and series of competitive tests, including written and interview, you managed to get a job in a leading shoe company. So you have faced problems to get into this company. So after many struggles, so what is your so whenever you think that, I said precise writing. So what you have to write? After completing my graduation, after a lot of struggle, after 3 years, I have got into a shoe company. That is how you have to prescribe this within one sentence. You have aged parents who are depending, staying with you. You are recently got married after getting this decent job. You are allotted. Now look, what they are saying. You are with aged parents. You got recently married. So what they are making you? So they are telling you that your situation is dire. Added to that, your family situation is dire. So మనకన్ని దరిద్రాలు ఉన్నాయని చెప్తుంది ఇంకా. So that is the thing that you have to get. You are allotted to the inspection section, which is responsible for clearing the final product. In the first 1 year, you learned your job well and was appreciated for your performance by the management. So you are very good in your performance at the professional level. By the management. The company is doing good business for the last 5 years in the domestic and internationally, and this year it decided to export to Europe and Gulf countries. So your company is also doing good, you are doing good. However, one large consignment to Europe was rejected by the inspecting team due to their poor quality. So now the situation has come that one day your team has found out some flaw goods and was sent back. The top management ordered the IBID consignment to be cleared for the domestic market. So what they said, as it cannot go to the international market, you clear it for the domestic market. That is what they said. As a part of the inspecting team, who said this? The top management. No, you are a part of inspecting team. You observed glaring poor management, poor qualities, and brought to the knowledge of the team commander. However, the top management advised all the members of the team to overlook these defects as the management cannot bear such huge losses. Rest of the team members expect you promptly sign and clear the consignment for domestic market. So what they are saying, so far you have good. So indirectly they are saying you are placed in a situation, your situations are something dire at your family and at your personal level. Though you are very good in the, so they have said you have learned the job very well and you are very good at this job. Now you are an inspection team. Now your management is pressurizing you. Now look, these fellows are pressurizing. So you are getting pressures from the management. Overlooking, so you consignment. The rest of the team members and you have signed promptly and cleared the consignment for domestic market, overlooking the glaring effects. You again brought to the knowledge of the team commander that such consignment, if cleared even for domestic market, will tarnish the image and reputation of the company and will be counterproductive for the long run. However, you were further advised by the top management that if you do not clear the consignment, the company will not hesitate to terminate your services. So what they are doing, this fellow is using as if he is going to send me. Now look, whom you have bought this notice? You have bought this notice to the team commander 2 times. Before the team commander, there will be many people in the hierarchy. 2 people might not agree or can bring pressure on you, but you have to take this thing to the highest authority. So now what does indirectly it is saying? You have your own life at brink. Now there is a problem. Now there is a huge thing that it is going to, now this is going to add huge burden to your uh, life if you are not going to listen to top management. But one beauty that they said is, in first 1 year, you learned the job well and was appreciated, which means indirectly they are saying, okay, boss, you have good talent, you learn the job very well. Even if you don't get this job, even if they terminate you here, go to some other job with your talent. That is what he is saying. So what indirectly UPS is suggesting, you have learnt the job well, so you have that skill. With that skill, you can go somewhere. Don't listen to these fellows. That is inherent message that it is passing. So what does this mean? As far as you are in the professional ethics, follow the highest standard of ethics, because today I might clear the consignment for domestic purpose, but tomorrow the whole institution will fall when the people will come to know that we are selling the defective goods. At that point of time, even before terminating, everyone will lose the jobs. No need to terminate. Why? The business will get shut down. At that time, anyhow, we have to get out. So that will be the further consequence. So let's look. Case study highlights unethical practices by corporate entity. Don't write corporate entity. By clearing export rejected consignment to domestic market. Look at the case. Case study highlights unethical practices by corporates by clearing export rejected consignment to domestic market, and write one more thing. And as an inspection engineer, I am, so say your position in the precise writing. I am asked to clear the consignment which is against professional ethics. So you have to write this. So perfectly balanced. This is called one precise writing. In one sentence, he has conveyed the entire text, right? But you have to add this. What is your position in it? So they are asking you to do against your will and professional ethics. Stakeholders, me and my family, team members, company. Foreign consumers is not a stakeholder here. Domestic consumers, because foreign consumers, it is not going to be cleared. What are the options available to me as a member of inspecting team? Just sign and clear the consignment to domestic market. No sign, face repercussions. Look at the spelling ones. Resign from the jobs and become a whistleblower. No need to go for whistleblower. No need to resign. Before that, you have third option. Uh, Apprise this situation to the higher management, to the top management. Take this to the higher management. That is what you want. Resign the job and become a whistleblower. Whistleblower is not important. Okay, you can become this as a last option, fourth option or fifth option. Right? So apprise this to the higher officials, because clearly they said that again the same fellow has said you to clear the consignment. So and was sent as a part of the inspecting team, glaring poor and the members of the world look these defects except you sign. So you have again again brought to the same fellow. What does this mean? You have to reflect it to the higher authorities. That is what it means. You are again bringing. Don't take it again to that fellow, right? Talk to higher authorities. So what are the options that you have? First option is accept, do not sign, just to sign, not sign. Third one is not resignation. Why to resign? Resignation comes last. Apprise it to the higher. Even if they are listening, don't resign from your end. Whatever the decision that they want to take, take. But I am not going to clear the consignment from my end. Why should you resign? Let them send it out. Anyhow, they wanted to terminate, right? Let them terminate. But as long as I am in the field, I am not going to resign this. I am not going to clear it. That is the stand. What is the critical evaluation of each? Sign and sign clear. My prospects will be retained. Company makes profits. Crisis of consigns. Very good use. You are not following your consigns. So here you can write private uh, values will be upholded. Private life will be upholded. Third thing is I have followed something called the superior's advice. So I am becoming a disciplined superior. Disciplined subordinate. You can write that. So if quality of, so this is one sentence that you have to use. Good sentence. If quality anomaly is found in the market, company brand name will lose and it is going to further. So what you call it as consequences is very, consequentialism is, you have to write that term, consequentialism. As per consequentialism, the consequences are going to be very dire and tomorrow this is going to have persistence of improper work culture. Yeah, work culture will be inconsistent. So not sign and face the repercussions. Maintenance and integrity, compassion, empathy towards consumers' health, responsibility, upholding, good use. I may be removed from the job, that is completely fine. Here you have to write some more things, right? I have followed duty-based deontological approach, as said by Immanuel Kant, right? So cons will be maybe I may be removed from job. I may lose my uh, I may lose my present economic situation. right? Like that you can write one or two. Why I have written second one is write one more than one. Resign and become a whistleblower. I said don't resign. Let them send out వాడు గంటేస్తే కానీ బయటకు వెళ్ళకూడదు ఇటువంటి సిచ్యువేషన్లో అండ్ become a whistleblower. Exposing malpractices in companies. So don't do this. If you become a whistleblower at this point of time, you cannot get a job outside. What if other companies, if you are exposing them, other companies will be bit afraid to give you the jobs. So you don't sign it. Let the other authorities take this action, whatever they want, right? Holding company accountable for to law people and government. Okay, my personal life will be at risk, company may be facing losses. Option that I consider is pursue the parent company which may heed the concern. How? By taking it to the higher authorities. You have to write how. Persuading everyone will do. How? You have to explain. If not, pursued. Look, this is called persuasion. The term is taken from that syllabus. I will resign and become a whistleblower so that public health is protected and also helps. Resign again. You have to reconsider this. Ethical dilemmas in the case are personal interest versus public interest. Organization, right. Consequences of overlooking observations. The public consumers poor quality. It implicitly makes India with low regulatory institutions. Yes. If malpractice detected in market, then company's brand is going to get eliminated, and that is going to cause greater damage to the entire company tomorrow anyhow. Rather than terminating, we are all going to be jobless. And if we go with that reputation, after shutting down your company by some other fellow, if you go with that reputation to other companies, you won't get the job very easily. Rather than that, it is better to get terminated and go with your head held high so that the other companies will catch you. Company has responsibility. One more thing that you can do is if they are sincerely insisting before resigning, look for some other jobs and make sure that you are going to have some career opportunity. Company has responsibility towards society, not only for people, but also for its own benefit. So don't write this rhetoric again. Any company, whenever it is established, they have to follow the law of the land. The law of the land is to follow the highest integrity. Hence, if that company is not following, they have to go to ethical, they have to face some consequences. So write in that way. So how is your answer? I can say your answer is 60% okay, but the rest of the 20%, what I mean to say is, look, three things or four things you have to focus on. One thing is the way in which you are presenting the answer. The answer presentation should be in a sequence, right? So write with some legibility, write very clearly and maintain that. Look at the way in which you have spaced. Pros you have written like this, cons you have given that much space. Here pros you have given this, cons you have given space. So maintain that space alignment, maintain that sentence alignment, maintain that statement alignment. Then that appears to be good. Otherwise, this is just like writing for writing's sake. This is not presenting ourselves. Right? If you are going out, how I said always, when you are appearing a function, how you appear. We take care of everything, how we are looking. Now look at the way in which you have written the answers. Right? You have started it here, you have started it here, you have started it here. So alignment is missing. Here we have tracked the path. Right? So be with consistency. Be with consistency. What do I mean to say? Maintain the standards of writing. Maintain legibility. Maintain the intent, and make sure that it is in sequence. Content is there, but presentation, when you are presenting that on the paper, you have written it in a haphazard manner, here half, there half. That takes away the crux, or that takes away the initiation to read. What is the message that you are passing by writing this? It is saying that okay, he is writing, but he wanted to finish it as early as possible. That is what the message that you are going to pass. You are in a hurry. What is all this? If not, don't use these things. What you wanted to convey. No, write one, two, like this. You clearly mention it, maintain the intent, answer writing is good. So what I mean to say is content is okay, but alignment should be there. Content is okay. But whenever you are writing, please use more subject specific words. You have used subject specific words. Again, you can use further. That is what I wanted to say. Please add your subject sensitive words. Words are sharper than two-edged swords. I'll come to this. Let's look at this person who has written. Yeah, some change is there. Good. Look, before answer and this answer, look at the way in which they have presented. So when this answer is kept aside before what I have explained, though the content is there in that answer, that will get less marks, because look at the presentation that this person has done and that person has done. That is going to be the impact. Look at the way in which this flowchart was written and the earlier flowchart was written. Here half, here half, this. So there is no equality here, right? So look at this. So these things play crucial role. I don't mean that they don't observe to that, but it reflects the way in which you are writing, in which state of mind you are. Right? If I see that, we can really imagine in what state of mind you are. Whether you are rushing, whether you are calm, whether you are composed, these things will be reflected from this. If you are starting pros like this, cons like this, that clearly shows that you are mismanaged in your brain, not in your thought. You are mismanaged in your brain. There is quickness, there is hurriedness, you are not at ease, and then you have written that is reflected there. So your personality is being reflected. So what I mean to say is, whenever you are writing, take a long breath, be relaxed. Why are you getting hurried? What you want to do by finishing it with that way? अभी तो आप present कर रहा हूँ ना. When you are presenting it to the best. When you enter to some marriage function, how well we go, how well we dress, how well we appear. The same thing has to appear on the paper. Because though you are not there, your personality will be reflected there. I may not be able to see you, I may not be able to know who you are, but I will know what is your personality. What personality you are sending. Now this fellow who is evaluating the paper will imagine whether this personality will be suitable for UPSC or officer personality or not. If you are this mismanaged in your writing, obviously these people will think that, okay, if I select him or her to this office, how far they are suitable? What if they do the same thing while you are holding the office? Right? Don't send this wrong messages. Take your time, write slowly, write clearly, maintain this. Don't be in a hurry. Don't write for just writing sake or for filling the pages. Look at this. How they have written in a systematic manner. This is what I say. Show that, okay? That is the thing. Maintain alignment. Everything speaks. Everything speaks. It is going to get disconnected within less than 1 minute. I am going to connect you further and I am going to finish it. Right? Have a look at it. Let's quickly complete this essay writing. Words are sharper than two-edged sword at the individual level. Again, see, those who have written this, you didn't say whether you are agreeing it or not. Why are you not following the order that I said? First say whether it is yes or no. Remember, don't forget what you are reading. Right? Don't change your pattern every day. Stick to one pattern and follow it. Whether you are saying yes or no. First thing, make it clear and then start this. At the individual level, Hitler became president for Germany